Craig, 3-0 victory over Marske here at the Windsor Food Service Stadium. Was that a lot more like your side?
I think that's probably the best performance since I've been here, if all honesty. I thought they were magnificent from one all the way through to the subs that came on. I think that if anything, that was the perfect performance. In possession, out of possession, we created so many chances, kept the ball well. And I think most importantly, out of possession, worked extremely hard. And what we're really pleasing today is that obviously we had a little bit of kicking shin Saturday, but I've said it all along. This group of players are unbelievable. And when chips are down and we get a little kick, if we don't get our heads down, we man up, we pick ourselves up and we go again. And I knew from minute one, from arriving in the changing room. Seeing a little bit that's on what on the walls from what players have picked up from certain supporters, especially after 37 games unbeaten. It's they had the bit between the teeth today, and I knew straight away there were no team torn needed for me. They're out there and perfect performance.
Like you say, they definitely found their identity again. What do you think were the components behind the performance and certainly the reaction?
I think a couple of things. I think the reaction on a couple of things. I think a couple of things has annoyed us all a little bit. I think Saturday, wasn't a great performance. It's a one-off. It's gone to a difficult league, and I think we pride ourselves being a family together here. From top to bottom, and certain things that were put out there that I certainly weren't happy with and these weren't happy with, but to be fair, that's helped us today because certain players have come stuck it on the wall and pushed them on and got a bit between the teeth. So that's the first thing. They've come with we really full throttle to go at this and prove certain people wrong. But the second thing is that they've gone out on the pitch and played with freedom. We said that before the game. We're an expansive side. We're a side that likes to create chances, and we'd rather win 4-3 than draw 0-0 or 1-0. It's just play with freedom. Go out there and play with freedom. Play to your best of your ability, and don't be scared of making mistakes. Don't be scared of going out there and having a loss. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, especially in this league. And I thought today they went out there with no stress or pressure on the shoulders. Went out there, played with freedom, and that's the performance you get.
Hughesy back on the score sheet. I'm sure after Saturday's game and probably 40 minutes of today's game, we're hitting the post. He was probably kicking himself a little bit. But how good was it to sort of get him back on the score sheet with a trademark goal?
I feel magnificent. That's the standard and that's the level he should be performing at. And there's no secret about it. He knows I'm on his case every single week. I'm not here to mother him. I'm here to put big pressure on him because I want the best for him and I want him to go on to another level now. And tonight, was another level. It was another level. His hold-up play, his layoff. To be fair to him, I think he could have had a couple of more goals in the first half. But I'm glad he just got off the. I'm glad he just got the. Is it the monkey off the shoulder where you get your first one and he's off and running, and now he's into the stride of things. But I thought overall, it caused their centre halves so much problems, and allowed us. It's a big thing for us how we play. If sometimes if we can't get the ball switching game behind, we need the big nine in there to hold it up and allow the runners off him, and he did that magnificent today.
Another player back to their old selves as well were Vaughan Redford, particularly once he'd scored that absolute screamer. What a goal, by the way. But overall his performance for a lad that is playing the highest level that he has done in his early career, just how good was it to see him getting on the ball and attacking areas that we know he can do.
Take all the pre-season results out of it, take the first game of the season out of it, take all that out of it. He's playing the best that he can do at the minute for him. He's been the best player through pre-season, in my personal opinion, and both sides on Saturday. Yes, we didn't play well, but I thought we were magnificent, and tonight he carried it on. He's kicked on another level, and credit to himself. He's looked to himself and looked at how we can improve himself, and he's knuckled down, he's got his head down, and he's playing to an extreme high standard. And the competition in there in the midfield. There's 5 unbelievable players in there, but at the minute, he's one of the first names in there, and rightly so because of his performances. And that again tonight shows why, because of the standard he's doing. Vaughan now has got to keep them standards and keep the consistency, and that'll kick him on now again.
Coming off the bench, we've mentioned him quite a few times now, but he's probably himself's probably not expected to make his senior debut so early into his career. Max Eastwood, 16-year-old, as we've mentioned about the progression at the club, just how good is it to see not only him make his first steps to where we want him to go, but for the club as a whole?
I think that's a proud moment for the club tonight. I think really, we've got to not forget he's only 16. Bless him. He's got unbelievable talent, and he will be a very good player. But we can't get carried away from it at the minute. We know how old he is. We brought him with us Saturday not because of any PR stunt, because he deserved to be in the squad, and rightly so again tonight. And we don't want to just get the youngsters here and especially that age, just throw them in and let them sink or swim. We gradually do that, and gradually being inside the training sessions, gradually sit on a bus with the players, be around the players, gradually be in the change room and feel what the environment's like, what it's like, and when you're winning and when you're losing. Probably Saturday for him, sat in the changing room where the result didn't go good. He's probably a good learning curve, and tonight he deserved his chance to get 10-15 minutes at the end, because he's been putting the performances in with Ian and his team in the reserves and the youth, and deserved his chance tonight. And like I keep saying, the door's always open here, and we want to gradually get homegrown players, as many we can, into this team and generate our own talented players, and it starts with Max.
So the home campaign is now underway with 3 points. Going into Saturday, we're here again at the Windsor Food Service Stadium welcoming Lancaster, particularly a new team for us to watch as well, like we did the other Saturday. How do you think the game will pan out, and what are you sort of expecting from them?
The same answer I give you every single week. You need to come up with a different question at the end. There's no easy games at this level. It's such a difficult league, and it's going to be a difficult game again. But as you can see here, at our own pitch, our own ground, we're a difficult side to play against. And we'll be giving no favours out to Lancaster, and we'll be coming here and playing like we did tonight on the front foot, and trying to get in behind them and try and throw as many bodies as we can to score as many goals as we can. So we know it's going to be a difficult game, like every single week, but this is what this league's about, and we'll be going for 3 points to try and get more points on the board and keep chipping away.